This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
The best of the Morning X.
99X.
So, we are all waiting with bated breath.
Tell you what, that was huge.
If you missed the replay, if you just woke up and missed the replay between 5:30 and 6, and if you by any chance missed what happened yesterday after 7, Barnes, you know that Barnes was dressed in a suit. We had him come to work in a suit and tie. Didn't tell him why, because we had a surprise for him, belated birthday gift. And the gift, as arranged through Michael Cole's office, Michael Cole running for U.S. Senate, was that Barnes was not only going to get a chance to meet and shake hands with and have his picture taken with the president yesterday, but also was going to be honored by getting to introduce the president onto the stage at this big fundraiser.
Take us through it, Barnes.
I can't remember the last time I was that nervous. I mean, your heart starts pounding because they're all right in front of you.
So take it from there.
Show up down there. Of course, there's no parking at all.
It's at the Marriott Marquis.
Yeah, Marriott Marquis.
All the big black vehicles are surrounding the place, right?
Snipers on the roofs. I mean,
so where'd you put your station wagon?
I put the station wagon way down there by the Hard Rock because I figured it wouldn't devalue the Hard Rock.
Right.
But the just walking up, and as you're walking up, that psychs you up enough. You see snipers around. You see the guys in the black jumpsuits. Everyone's running around like it's, the end of the world.
I mean, they have the most imposing-looking vehicles.
Unbelievably imposing.
Yeah, they have all the darked out blacked out windows.
Yep.
The little Chevy.
It's like you enter a 2-block tension zone. As soon as you step in within 2 blocks, nothing is, you can't walk down the street, the side of the hotel, the back of the hotel, anything.
They were expecting you, though.
Well, yeah, I didn't know who, and I'm in a black suit in 100 degrees. It was nice. Breeze in there. Trying not to, sweat because you don't want to be in a photo with the president all stinky. Anyway, so I got in there, and I didn't really know where I was going.
Unless you're a third world leader.
Exactly. I didn't really know anyone in there, so I just went and looked for the woman you told me who only had a first name, so I started hunting her down. And then she just pulled me through to these Secret Service guys who'll give you the shakedown. They bring the dogs out.
Now, they have one of those metal detectors, I'm guessing, as you walk in, right?
You get metal detected, and they sniff you.
The dogs
when I go home.
sniff you.
They sniff you. Yeah. The dog sniffs you out. They check you out. It's almost like you're getting arrested.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be a little nerve-wracking.
Thrust. Then they just stuck me in a back hallway, and there was a mic back there, and they said, wait here. Okay. I mean, and there was a Secret Service guy who was assigned to me.
Now, was the president in the building yet at that point?
This was at 11. Okay. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, back up. I got pulled over on the way over there because I was hauling ass. I went home to get my camera, and I came back out, and not 2 blocks from my house, there was a motorcycle cop doing radar.
Oh, no.
And it was a 25-mile-an-hour zone, and I was doing 45. He just waves me over because he's in front, and he's sitting on his bike with the, shooting radar. So he waves me to stop, and I'm like, gosh. I pull over, and he walks up to the window. I'm in the black suit and everything. In a hurry? I said, actually, I'm going to introduce the president at a luncheon, and I've got to be there in 20 minutes. And he looked at me, and he said, what's your name, boy? And I told him who it was, and he said, get your ass on the way.
Oh, really?
He just said go. Yeah, he had heard earlier this morning.
Oh, that's cool.
Thank God, because normally if you use that as an excuse...
Well, yeah, some guy says, I'm going to introduce the president.
I'm going to introduce the president.
Right. What are you, Secret Service? Anyway, so I'm waiting in this hallway for about 15 minutes. Nothing's going on. And it's a long, long corridor, and you're at the very end, so you can see if anybody comes in the building or around the corner. It's like a big alley almost surrounding the banquet room.
So you're the only one there.
Yep, there's a microphone back there, and waiting. There are 500 very wealthy people who pay a lot of money to hear the president speak. Hanging out, eating.
Who are some of the people there? Do you remember any of the names?
Well, Andrew Young, and of course the mayor, and
Zell? Was Zell there?
Yeah, those people were all in the back. they were all with the president.
Probably like a lot of big Coke executives.
Yeah, as far as the
and
people in
money
there,
people,
no, I don't know who they were. Just a lot of people that looked very rich.
big contributors. You met Michael Coles there, of course.
Did not meet Michael Coles.
Really?
I never met him. I never saw him. He must have been too busy. It's like when it's your birthday party, they're pulling you around.
Yeah,
you know? It was like being it was almost like a political clubhouse back there.
And you were wondering, what am I doing here?
So you're in this back hallway.
It's nothing but Secret Service and me.
Did you get to talk to any of those guys?
They don't talk.
No, they don't.
No, I had one assigned to me. I look like a Secret Service guy.
Wait, you had one assigned to you?
Yeah, that's what he
was
said
watching
earlier.
me in the back because I'm back there in this area where just the president's going to be before he walks in.
Oh, right.
And so they, do the whole. They brought the German short-haired dog out. They're checking everything out. It's very weird.
So you did try to strike up a conversation?
Yeah, I was like, man, you've got a sweet job. And he just like stone-faced. I mean, he just kind of he like looked at me for a second and looked back. And every move you make, I leaned against the wall at one point. He said, "Don't lean against the wall."
Really?
He said, "Don't lean against the wall."
Don't lean against, because I leaned back. I was waiting. We're waiting and waiting and waiting, and I just kind of leaned back.
Why can't you lean against a wall?
Maybe you can trap something behind the wall. I don't know.
No, that is the weirdest thing. Don't lean against the wall.
Don't lean against the wall.
Did that make you a little nervous?
No, but then every move, like I put my hand up towards my pocket one time and towards my ear one time.
Right.
And they immediately turn and glare at you.
Right.
I mean, they just glare.
Just stand there, radio boy.
Yeah, it's
Don't
very
move.
intimidating.
Don't lean.
But remember, I'm in a black suit, so some of the people coming in, they like assume you're a Secret Service guy because you're standing. You're just standing there, standing up straight. Just,
How long did this process take, just standing there?
I must have stood there probably half hour,
Okay.
and then you see the man
and here's
come
Barnes,
in.
and I know Barnes. Barnes waiting there a half hour. Barnes is probably getting impatient at this point. Like, come on,
President
dude,
better get his butt
it's
here.
my nap.
Judge,
I'm supposed to
Judy's
be
on at noon.
Right, I'm supposed to be napping.
Yeah.
Barnes is probably
Getting into my
like,
nap time.
Right, man, what's taking this guy?
the main-
I'm going to take off here in a minute.
The main dude, the main head security guy for the president is 35 at the most.
I think I've seen that guy because the head of the Secret Service actually travels with him often, and he's been on TV a lot because of the whole controversy surrounding whether Secret Service agents should be required to testify.
Right.
So they've been interviewing him a lot on television lately.
Well, the whole thing is just like you're watching a TV show. It's almost like you're in the TV show. It's virtual reality.
So
You're in the TV show. Anyway, so at the end of the hall, in comes Zell. See Zell Miller, and then the man's right behind. Got to be right behind him. So then comes Clinton. And at this point, he's probably 30 yards, 40 yards away. And as he moves, every step, every one of those Secret Service guys moves.
right.
With him.
And you're like, oh man, because now you can see him coming at you. So it's like the moment has come, and you're just scared to death.
It's like every one little move that he makes sets off a chain reaction of like 15 other moves surrounding
And Zell's
him.
in front of him?
They're all kind of in a pack. And
They're in a pack.
They're meeting a couple of the, I guess, whoever gave the big bucks was back in a little private room.
I got you.
And
So
he went in there and I guess shook some hands. So he took a left about 30 yards before he got to me. I was like, whew, there, he's not coming yet. So he went in some room.
You're nervous.
Well, yeah, your heart's
Yeah,
pounding because there's the president right in
and
front of you.
Isn't it weird though? Like
It's
he's
surreal.
like, right there. Right.
It's very surreal.
Right.
It's like you're watching news footage, but you're in it.
Right. You're like Forrest Gump. And
So when did he finally
So I'm still
come
waiting,
up?
and I had to introduce some guy who's going to sing the national anthem, and they said, when you see the president making the break towards you, you do it. Okay, whatever. Here he
gave
comes.
you a little script.
You
a
do
little
what? You
card.
introduce him?
You introduce the guy singing the national anthem, and then they hope to time it out to where as soon as the guy singing the national anthem was done, the president would be at the door waiting to come in.
Okay.
But he wasn't. He started, messing around, talking to people. He talked to a couple Secret Service guys. He talked to some woman who was just standing there.
Of course.
Was he running late because
No, on time.
Really, because President Clinton is notorious
'Cause he talks
for
to
being
everybody.
late. Yeah, because he talks and shakes a lot of hands. They say he's one of the latest presidents on record.
Well, his record of where he had to be, his date
His
book.
itinerary, yeah.
Did you see it? It's about the size of a quarter of a sheet of paper, and it's a big stack of probably 20 pages of that with the presidential seal, and it has it down to the minute.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I was looking over the guy's shoulder, the Secret Service guy who was standing next to me, who opened it up and said, we're not supposed to be in this room for 7 more minutes.
Oh, really?
Down
And
to
it
the
was
minute,
down,
I bet.
and I saw in there it had like, next they were going to Florida.
And here's what's really weird about it. What I learned last year when I did that thing with the motor pool is that every move he makes, when these guys are talking into their sleeve,
Right.
they're talking to Secret Service headquarters in Washington.
telling him where the president is.
Yeah, and his code name is the Eagle. So, like, the eagle is now in this room. The
Right.
eagle's now in this room.
Yeah, they
the
had a
eagle's now
big-
in that room.
Did you see that thing on the
eagle's
Discovery?
Yeah, I have that
Channel?
thing. You
Yeah.
should see it now that you've done.
It's really interesting.
absolutely.
The Discovery Channel had like a 2-hour special.
that.
And I think they may even still be running it on the Secret Service.
Yes.
So they're relaying information to Washington of
Mm-hmm.
every move he makes, and then they relay it back down to wherever he is in the world.
So I guess in that itinerary it says meet Barnes at
Right.
11:45.
No, that was not. It says
Yeah.
like enter the ballroom at the Marriott Marquis Atlanta at 11:43. I mean, and it says leave the ballroom at 12:16.
Yeah.
Be on the limo at 12:19. I mean, everything is
Yeah.
mapped out exactly.
So now he's coming down the hall.
He's coming down the hall, and then
This segment's not even close to being over, and you don't want to miss part 2 coming up next. This is the best of the Morning X on 99X.
Bravo TV star Lala Kent holds nothing back on the Give Them Lala podcast.
No, I have a very short fuse.
Get to know the TV personality.
I don't need to watch the show because I get the real life version.
From relationships and motherhood
Let me tell you something about breastfeeding.
to business and beyond.
You are scared of failure, so it prevents you from trying. This is where we implement a big set of ovaries, and then we obsess.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.